Hello, Fancy Farm! I'm Andy Barr, and I'm running for Senate to continue my work with President Trump to make America great again. I'm a proud husband, busy father of Eleanor, Mary Clay, and Hale, an 8th-generation Kentuckian, grandson of 2 World War II veterans, and an America First fighter who has never wavered in the fight for limited government, free enterprise, and a strong national defense. After defending small businesses in the private sector, I flipped a seat in Congress, fought Obama's war on coal, and opposed big government wherever I found it. I led the fight in court during Trump's first term, defending his authority to build the wall. I authored major parts of bills that President Trump signed into law to roll back destructive regulations on the economy. The very first veto of Biden's failed presidency was his veto of my legislation, a bill that took on the woke environmentalists and protected Americans' retirement from radical ESG mandates. I serve proudly as chairman of President Trump's 2024 primary election in Kentucky, and I'm working arm in arm with him right now to get his America First agenda passed in the House. Now, some politicians like to say I'm a Trump guy. They talk about supporting the president, but I'm the only candidate in this race who's actually doing it day in and day out in Congress. My opponents like to talk about the one big beautiful bill. I wrote it and helped to pass it. Think about it. In less than 8 months, President Trump and I have worked together to close the border, deport illegal aliens, obliterate Iran's nuclear program, restore peace through strength, make permanent Trump's tax cuts, eliminate taxes on tips and overtime, and revive American energy dominance through Kentucky coal. In the United States Senate, I'll continue to be the president's #1 ally. Now, I know our governor would hate to hear that. Too bad Andy Beshear couldn't be here today. I guess he couldn't find the time between Vogue magazine photo shoots and measuring Oval Office drapes. Of course, the liberal media is fawning all over him, but Americans will soon learn what we Kentuckians already know. He's as liberal as he is boring. You know, I'd say anyone could beat this guy, but I wouldn't want to offend Daniel Cameron. Good to see you, Daniel. I think we're going to keep the tradition alive of Andy's beating Daniels. As Kentuckians, we're all profoundly grateful to people who take it upon themselves to right the wrongs of woke liberals, like the guy who had to reverse radical environmental commitments, eliminate racial DEI policies, and correct a bunch of bad decisions that led to financial ruin. No, I'm not just talking about President Trump cleaning up Joe Biden's mess. I'm talking about the guy who had to follow Nate Morris as CEO after he ran his green fantasy Rubicon into the ground and was pushed out of his own company. You know, Nate calls himself the trash man, but dumpster fire is more like it. We all know President Trump is on a winning streak and the left is losing big. Recently, the only people who have lost more than congressional Democrats, illegal immigrants, and the tyrants in Iran are Rubicon investors. Of course, we've all heard Nate profess his newfound loyalty to President Trump. He said the same about his mentor, Mitch McConnell, and we see how that worked out. President Trump better watch his back. You know, Nate Morris was so moved by President Trump, he donated thousands of dollars to Nikki Haley. Nate was so incensed when Kamala's senior political advisor said Trump must be destroyed thoroughly that Nate put him on his board. Nate was so opposed to Black Lives Matter, he praised the actions of the rioters and called for all of us to support them. Nate hated DEI so much that, listen to this, he sent his employees to bias training classes to lose their so-called white privilege. You know, I'm sensing a pattern with this guy. Out here in West Kentucky, we have a name for someone who opposed President Trump supported BLM and pushed DEI, a Democrat. But we ought to let up a little. It's been a tough couple of years for Nate. His company collapsed. Nikki Haley lost the primary. Brooks Brothers stopped making his favorite COVID mask. And now Trump is phasing out the penny. How in the world is anyone going to be able to buy Rubicon stock? All kidding aside, thank you to St. Jerome's Church for hosting this incredible event and for providing us an opportunity to make our pitch and have a little fun. Know in me, West Kentucky will always have a friend. From supporting our brave men and women at Fort Campbell, cheering on Murray State in the College World Series, defending our coal miners in Union and Hopkins counties, to supporting nuclear-powered AI data centers in Paducah. West Kentucky will have no better friend this side of Jamie Comer when it comes to supporting West Kentucky in the United States Senate. The Purchase region epitomizes so much of what makes Kentucky special. Community, faith, and great food. It's an honor to be with you today. God bless you all. God bless you.